is like. Let's speak to Chris Hamby. He's a priest in Wilmington in North Carolina. Welcome here to the programme as well. Give us an idea of what it's like being there on the ground, and what are your intentions in the coming hours?
Well, right now I'm at my church, St. James Episcopal Church here in Wilmington. It's an old historic church, so we've battened down all the hatches. Everything's ready to go here. And my wife is pregnant. We have a 17-month-old, so we're getting it out of town because we're under a voluntary evacuation. We don't want to be caught on the road for hours and hours if it's made into a mandatory evacuation. Because this is not a butterscotch kind of storm that other people have talked about in the past. This seems more real.
And presumably you've lived through storms, you've lived through presumably hurricanes in the past, but you recognise, just as we were hearing there, that perhaps there's something about this one, the size, the magnitude, that is potentially different.
Yeah, I'm originally from Lexington, Kentucky, and I've been here in Wilmington for 2 years. And right when I got here, Hurricane Matthew hit, and it definitely feels a lot different. We rode that one out, but everyone here, the people that have been here for a lot longer than myself, all of a sudden just leave. It's not worth it.
How orderly is that transit out? Because when you look at the numbers, when you're quite a long way away as we are here in London, it sounds staggering, 1 million people on the move. What is it like in terms of that transition of people?
Well, it's been leaking over the last day or so. I know a lot more people are leaving today after work, if they're not off already. Where we live, our area is, a lot of people have already left, and our car is packed right now. And as soon as I get off with you all, we're going to be on the road. We expect some heavy traffic around the Raleigh and Charlotte area, but it hopefully will be pretty orderly and continue to move.
And do you know where you're going? Do you have any sort of idea of how long you're going to be sort of out of state?
As of right now, we're going to go to my in-laws who live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then we will be there at least until Saturday. If the storm somehow lessens or goes north, then we will come back Saturday, and if not, we will come back early next week. My wife's a teacher, and they're prepared to do lessons and give their instruction online if they need to next week.
Just a final thought, because there's a thought that there are more storms coming behind this one. So once Florence passes, you've got more storms coming in the next few days. You said at the beginning of the interview you were doing work on the church to batten down the hatches. Is there very much you can actually do to protect the properties, or are you simply just trying to protect yourselves?
Well, this church has been here, the building's been here since 1840, and so a lot of it's just making sure things are moved away from windows, when we have a lot of rain areas that tend to maybe leak or something like that with an unusual amount of rain, we're pulling that away from the walls. We're just doing the little things that we can, but I mean, the church has been here for a lot of hurricanes, and we're in downtown Wilmington, but we're higher up and close to the river. So I think everything here will be as fine. We know we'll lose power. But if the storm's coming behind it, with hurricanes, you never know. They shift really quickly. So we're just kind of focusing on Florence right now.
Well, Chris Hamby, thank you so much for taking time. You said you were waiting to talk to us before you set off on your journey. Thanks for that, and good luck with actually getting out.
And go Cats!
Now, still to come on today's